to make the onion bhaji, the ingredients we need is three medium-sized onion, and they are Indian medium-sized onion. I know in UK they're probably smaller.
Take care.
And I've got one chili. I'm not going to use all of it. I'm just going to use half of it first and then see if it needs more chili in it. And a good teaspoon of cumin seed. It's alright, I'll clean up. Or I have to clean up. And got good bunch of chopped coriander. And half a teaspoon of salt. Yeah. So this bowl, these are the first, we've got 5 ingredients. We're just going to add 2 more ingredients to that. One is water, the second is the gram flour. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to chop some onions first and chop the green chili and mix all these ingredients together. We'll take a break now. I've taken 1.5 litre. This is a groundnut oil here in a deep pan. So we're going to deep fry the onion bhajis, and it's on now. And here I've taken earlier 3 onion, just shredded. As you can see, they are not like equal. It doesn't matter, it doesn't need to be equal. And half a green chili chopped, and some coriander chopped, and a teaspoon of cumin seed, and some salt. Yeah. So now I'm going to mix it all together and get all the spices, chili and everything in. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to squeeze the herbs and the spices into the onion. See, to make the best onion bhaji, the 2 essential things, how onion bhajis become crunchy. One, it should be less flour and is less moisture in the onions. So to get that, see, in India onions don't have so much moisture. So, you know, because they've been dried out and this in this heat, they lose the moisture in the onion. So you can just put a pinch of salt and then spread it on a kitchen towel, so that way it becomes nice and you know, dry. So you can squeeze out the extra moisture in the onion before you use it. So that way you get the onion bhaji nice and crunchy later on. So where you can have a look now. So if you see all the cumin and everything, so at this point in time I'm going to taste. The 2 things I want to find out is, one, is the right chili, it's got a bit of kick. The salt, even it's like a touch salty is fine, because when we add the gram flour later on, it just balances perfect. Yeah. I've got a bit of water here, dip my hands. Yeah. To that I'm going to add our 5th ingredient, gram flour. So we had 3 onions, so what I do is, for 1 onion, 1 tablespoon of flour, a tablespoon of flour, as you can see. So 1 onion, 1 tablespoon of flour. I know we've taken 3 onions, but I'm going to start with 2. I just want enough flour to bind the onion bhaji, so if I need more flour, I'll add more flour to it. So now the first time, I'm just gonna, if you see it, I'm just gently covering all the onions rather than try not to bind it or try not to press too much or anything. I just want all the onions to be just coated slightly with the flour. It looks like we need a little bit more flour. This time I'm gonna go half a spoon. Just coat it. Now I'm going to add some water. If any adult who's been into a bar, you know the measure. So that's about 2 ounces or 60 ml. Just mix it together.
Oh shit, I just put my finger right in it.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put the other half a spoon of flour now. Yeah. So now it started sticking to my fingers, so that's good. That's what we're looking for. So it should become nice and sticky. Yeah. So meanwhile, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put one piece of onion in the oil. The oil is nice and hot. I think it's about 150 to 160 degrees. So the oil is ready to cook. Meanwhile, if you look at it, all this time I never tried to bind the onion bhaji. So I'm just going to lift a bit on the side, lift a bit on the side, lift a bit on the side. So let's make 6. So we have 3 people, so everyone gets 2 each. Yeah. So if you see again, I'm not trying to bind it. Now I'm just gonna, I just wet my hand. This is really important because now it doesn't stick to my hand, the onion bhajis. So now I'm gonna do is, you can see I'm just gonna bring it close to the plate. Just press it up, put it upside down, just give a little press, so not too, and then just drop in the oil. So they're gonna, once it goes into the oil, and then they're gonna separate, so no need to worry about that. So please do mind your hands, mind your fingers from the hot oil. Don't blame me if you get burned, because I didn't show you how to do that. So now all these bad boys in the hot oil, so you can see everything is cooking nicely. So we're going to cook the onion bhaji twice, so it will be twice cooked. The reason is, as soon as you put the onion bhaji in the oil, so it starts straight away cooking the outside. The outside is already started cooking right away, gets into the heat, but inside is still slightly softer and uncooked. The flour will be uncooked as well. So when you cook it first time, you take it out, leave it outside. The outside is still, the heat, the cooking process still carries on. The heat transferring, and onions start, still cooking inside. So that way, when you leave it out, the outside onion becomes cooked at room temperature, and the inside it will be still cooking on. So when you put it back again, the outside becomes nice and crunchy, inside onion just perfectly cooked. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep flipping them. Just make sure that none of them breaking apart. People always put too much flour to try to bind them. I think it doesn't. So the reason when we left, we try not to bind it. If you see it's so airy. So the hot oil goes in and it just cooks very, very quickly. So even the flour inside and the onions inside, everything is cooked perfect. So meanwhile, we're going to come back to the mint dip. So if you can come here, I've got about half a cup of
Go.
yeah. Now, Yeah, now I just blend it into fine, smooth paste. Trust me, don't forget to smell this. It's one of the most amazing flavors. So meanwhile, we have the onion bhaji, which is becoming nice and light golden. As you can see, they're very, very light. They're not stodgy and heavy at all. Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, so now we just, you know, it's really important we don't rush it. And even if you have a party, you want to do onion bhaji, you can do it up to this batch, and you know, up to this stage, leave it, and when all the friends come in, you just chuck it in the hot oil. It will only cook the next 2 minutes, because now the onion still has a lot of moisture. It takes time to cook. That's why whenever you're making curries as well, you always need a long time to cook the onion. Onions take a long time to cook, but they're the most amazing thing. And now I'm just checking. Yeah, you can see. It's not fully cooked, but that's not what I'm looking for. I just want them to be just partly cooked, and then I'm just gonna leave it on the side. Yeah, so as you can see, it's light golden. I know, like whenever you see the recipes for onion bhaji, you probably see a lot more ingredients on the list, but I reckon you don't need a lot, because it's just the right amount of cumin, coriander, chili, salt, onion, gram flour, just enough. Try it, because I've tried them loads of times. I think even the people who doesn't like onions, they love these onion bhajis. I bet you for that. So the second thing is the mint dip. Oh. Sorry, we're not able to get our homemade yogurt now. That's because of the lockdown. We're not getting enough milk to make our own mint dip, so I managed to get some yogurt today, so off the pack I'm just going to use that. But you can make your own yogurt, that's always the best. Or you can use Greek yogurt, but the yogurt should be nice and thick. So, and I'm just going to give a whiz, so it becomes nice and creamy, smooth. Yeah. To that, I'm gonna add the mint paste I made. Look at the beautiful color, how it transforms. So this is the mint and yogurt dip. I'm gonna just taste it. The chili is good. Tasty. It is slightly less salty because I didn't put enough salt. The reason is, now I'm gonna put the black salt. See, once you know how much black salt you need to put, you can just grind it all together, but I reckon it's always better to put the black salt, just about half a teaspoon, and then give it a whiz. If you're doing it first time, try it now and the difference, because before we add the black salt, it's good. It makes it even better, but that's not it. This is one thing you can always buy. It's called chaat masala. Earlier I said the word chaat means the evening snacks. I know it's got fruits on it because you can put them on fruits, you can put them on, just sprinkle in salad. The word chaat is, you know, the evening snacks, that they all call chaat. So somebody come up with this, so they should make these spices. it's better off you buying, because it's got about like 20 different ingredients. Nutmeg, bishop's weed. I didn't know bishop smoked weed. Anyway, bishop's weed, malic acid, asafoetida, dry ginger, chili, dry mint leaf, black pepper, pomegranate seed, dry mango, cumin, rock salt, and black salt. So all these ingredients, it's better to just buy it, because to get the mixture right, it's very hard. And so what we're going to do is, you can also add, when you make tomato salad, just like if you got some really nice fresh tomatoes, just cut them, put a bit of black salt, chaat masala. It's absolutely yummy to have it, and you can use them in raita. So it's better to have this in the cupboard. Again, I'm just going to use about half a teaspoon, and then give it a whisk. Just mix it together, and you can taste it again. Yeah, perfect. So one thing I recommend is, when you use the Greek yogurt, the Indian yogurt is naturally sour, but if you use the Greek yogurt, add a bit of lime, bit of zinc to it, just to bring out all the flavors. And you can also do like a vegan version. So just take away the yogurt, use coconut milk. Again, add a bit of lime, because coconut milk is slightly sweeter side. So you need to add a bit of lime to balance the flavor. So we got the mint dip ready. We got the onion bhajis, which is partly cooked, golden fried. We're gonna fry them back again this time. So though, can you just take it off?
Yeah, it's not hot.
Yeah. So now we have rested the onion bhaji for 5 minutes. You can see light golden. When you lift them earlier, they would have been a lot more heavier. See, that's what I mean. Even when you're resting them, the cooking process still carries on. The onions lose the moisture. Now we have the oil on high heat about 170 degrees. So this time we have to be really careful, because it will only take less than 2 to 3 minutes to get the onion bhajis cooked. So you will be able to see it. It will discolor really, really quickly. You can see that. So it's going light golden already, and then it will go golden brown. That's what I mean. Because of we rested and had the oil get back to the temperature, this is possible. It's the simplest thing, but it makes onion bhaji really nice and crunchy. So meanwhile, let me pour the mint sauce here, and you can see the onion bhaji is really coming nice and crunchy now. It's all getting golden brown, and they're not falling apart, and they're not stodgy, they're not heavy. That's what we're trying to prepare. It's looking really good, really happy with it. Yeah, you guys need to send me the pictures when you make the onion bhaji. Try it. I know a lot of people have tried it. I also recommend to use the red onion or the Spanish onion are the best, because in India you can see the onions are like purple onion, so it's not red. And try not to use the bigger onion. Try to use the smaller onion, because it's got more flavor, more flavor in it, because it's smaller. If the bigger, it's more water in it. So you want to, when you make the curries as well, try not to go for the bigger onion. Try to get the medium-sized onion at home. I know you'll use more onion, more work, but it will be more tastier. End of the day, you'll enjoy it more. You remember it more. Yeah. I can see now all becoming golden brown. I never tried it, but I always recommend people. Earlier when we had the first batch of cooking, please somebody try it. Put a bit of some crispy bacon, bit of cheese, put it in a high oven to finish it off, rather than fry it back again in the oil. I'm sure it will be really nice. Onion, bacon and cheese. Yum yum. It will be amazing. Now it's nearly there. We have to keep an eye, because it won't take long for onion to cook, to burn, because when there is no moisture, it just burns really, really super quick. So we don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm just going to give it for another 30 seconds. I'm going to start taking them off the oil.
I'll stop it.
Now we're happy with the gonna nice and crunchy. So you take off the oil, put it on a kitchen roll, but because of the quarantine, you can't get any kitchen roll. I'm just going to use this pan. I'm going to rest them on the side. You can see they're like, you can see a bit of onion which is not cooked, but it doesn't matter. It will be still add a lot of flavor of the onion. So that's what we're looking for as well. And all the edges, you can see all nice and crunchy. So here, I would like to show you another super trick. How to make onion bhaji gourmet. Make people say wow about your onion bhaji. Yeah, I'm just gonna drop a couple of coriander stalk with the whole thing. So you just fry it. I know it's not the best of the coriander, as I told you earlier. It's not the best of the ingredients we are getting at the moment. So now I'm just going to take this fried coriander. Trust me, it adds so much to the flavor, not just the presentation. Fried coriander. Even the people who doesn't like coriander, they will love it. I know a lot of the people, they find the coriander very soapy and perfumey, but the Indian coriander hasn't got that soapy flavor. It has a bit, not like, I think Thai coriander is a lot more stronger, like a soapy, but Indian coriander isn't. So, what I'm gonna do is take just a pinch of chaat masala, just sprinkle it. And now the main dip I do is slightly more watery. The reason is because I want these onion bhajis with the coriander and everything. Just take it. Come on, break up. No, I don't want to come anyway. I'm just going to put a whole lot of them. So take it, dip it in, and did you hear that? The crunchiness. Beautiful. That's what we need to hear.